It's The Rock We Live On with Mo and Craig.
Oh, I didn't even open my drink yet. There we go. Don't you do it.
Oh, no, don't spill it all over yourself again. What is with that? I don't know if you're shaking them up or if it's because they're laying down.
Maybe it's because they're laying down.
I don't know.
I was paying close attention that time. Well, here we go. Yeah,
There you go. Don't spill it again. Oh my
that
goodness.
was so funny last time.
That was.
So yeah, here we are. We are, just a little over a week.
A little while.
Time of recording, a little over a week before Thanksgiving.
Actually, a week. Well, tomorrow. A week from tomorrow.
Tomorrow is tomorrow will be Thursday. Yep. So, I got to be prepared. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you. I feel like I did tell you because you mentioned it, but my family and I don't do traditional anymore for Thanksgiving. Now I have graduated to grill master, so
Nice.
I now am in charge of doing grilling meats for Thanksgiving.
That's good.
So my mom just called me today and said she's got about 4 or 5 slabs of ribs,
Nice.
several packs of chicken,
And
stuff like
that's
that.
like wings, legs, thighs, the whole thing?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna be a busy man that day.
You barbecue, you're not smoking,
Nope. I'm good.
grilling.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh,
Yep, grilling.
okay. And now I've made brisket before for Christmas, but not Thanksgiving.
I've never
So-
done a brisket. I am not a big brisket guy,
No?
and I don't have a smoker, so I'm not much of
Yeah.
a smoking. Now I understand the process, and I know I could do it, and I have done it a little bit, like with coals instead, like
Yeah.
on a bigger grill, put the coals on one side, put the whatever I'm cooking on the other side, and
Yeah.
smoke it that way.
Like
let it go.
indirect heat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've never done brisket. But yeah.
So do you have the normal sides and you just go with the grilled protein?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
still kind of do the normal Thanksgiving sides.
Yeah, we still got sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
mac and cheese, dressing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one. Okay, this is one of those ones where we get a chance to actually ask about each other's culture type
Okay.
of thing. Cause I always, and there's so many like people that make jokes about this. I've even seen comedians talk about it, but I feel like it's true. So do you eat stuffing or dressing?
Stuffing.
Okay.
But it's not stuffed. We don't put it in the bird.
Right.
But we call it stuffing. Yes.
Well, and black people eat dressing.
Really?
Yes.
And is
And
that
it's-
not a not a cultural thing, but more of
Maybe
a
a southern thing.
southern thing?
Might be.
Yes.
It might be. But I don't know. I'm trying to think how many like white friends or whatever that I've eaten at their
That have
houses
dressing?
and they had dressing. I
You know,
can't remember.
you could probably get away with it either way. Nobody's going to correct you if you
Yeah.
say dressing.
Uh-huh.
They know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So it's not
but I think they're
wrong.
two different things though.
No, I don't think they are.
I don't know.
I think stuffing came from we would put it inside the bird and you
Mhm.
would let the bird juices get into it and therefore it was stuffing and it was seasoned while the turkey cooked. But I was going to let you go first, but we follow. My mother-in-law was a avid cook. She loved to cook. And she passed away 11 years ago.
Mhm.
Before she died, she wrote a cookbook of all of her favorite recipes, family recipes, her husband's favorites, her things to make, her parents' things to make. She put it all together with a bunch of pictures of the family.
Oh,
And
that's so cool.
Yeah, she created a cookbook and gave one to every member of the family. Her daughter, she dedicated it to her daughters. So because of that and also because of her passing, we strictly follow, Teresa's recipes for Thanksgiving. And
That's really cool.
because of the family tradition, you dare not, veer off too far. I've offered suggestions of doing things a little different than that, and I
get shot down.
I get shot down quickly.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
The traditions are good. And her recipes are good. So we make stuffing with we take I think more than 2 or 3 loaves of bread and lay it out on the table the night before and let it basically get stale, but it it starts to get dry, and then we crumble it up and pour in all kinds of stuff and basically make it from scratch. So there's no Mrs. Cummins stuffing mix or anything like that. Everything's made from scratch. So and that was her thing. And she kind of grew up poor in Illinois, and a lot of her recipes are made from scratch, simple recipes. And then even the book is not 100% accurate. There's typos and misspellings, and sometimes you have to figure out what she meant, not what it says. It'll say cook the turkey on 4,200 degrees, and so it's 420. There was an extra zero put in, things like that. So we figured it out over the last few years, and we do follow it. So anyway, that's where our stuffing, and my mother makes a sausage stuffing that she always likes. So there's sausage in it, so it's a little different. It's a cornbread stuffing.
See, and I think I gotta ask my sister and my mom the base. I know it's some kind of bread.
It's either cornbread or white bread, yeah.
But I'm gonna assume it's cornbread because ours is usually dark.
Yeah.
And like almost a grayish color.
Yeah. Yeah. So it could be a mix, even. It could be both.
Some people do like make it with turkey already, like little bits of turkey already in it.
Or the giblets. Yeah, you might do that.
But yeah, the only thing I know that my mom, has is my grandma's recipe for chess pie. Oh,
chess pie.
Oh,
and what is that?
Chess pie?
I don't know.
It is one of the sweetest desserts you'll ever find. It's so just, God, I can't even explain how good it tastes. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? I almost said sultry, but that is not the word I'm looking for.
That's a good word for a dessert, though. I like a sultry dessert. Heck yeah.
Oh gosh, I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of right now, but it's mostly eggs and sugar.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly eggs and sugar. There's a few more ingredients, but it's mostly eggs and sugar. But it's so good. But I grew up on my grandmother's chess pie.
Yeah.
And a couple other people whose chess pie I would eat. But then as I got older, my grandmother passed. My mom has her recipe, thank God.
Right. So she changed it a little bit.
I don't know that she changed it. I think she follows it to the T.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's grandma's recipe.
Oh, it is.
Still.
It's definitely. Cool. And
it's chess, like the
chess,
game?
Yes.
Chess. Okay.
CHESS pie.
Okay.
Yep. And then some people do it like chocolate chess or strawberry chess, or I don't want any of that. Get all that extra crap out of there.
Just straight up
regular,
chess.
straight up chess pie. But the thing about the chess pie is I'm so picky about whose chess pie I will eat. Like, I do not eat chess pie from the store. Will not.
I never even heard of it, seen it. I'm going to look for it.
Look for it, and if you find one at the store, try it.
Just try it, just to get an idea.
I'm telling you, it's not going to be
good.
No.
Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, I need a gourmet burger. I'm going to go to McDonald's. I like McDonald's, but that's not a gourmet burger.
So do you have family members that each bring things? Everybody kind of does something and brings it, and the question was really, can you insult somebody if they bring a chess pie and you refuse to eat it? Are you in trouble now?
Well, the people that are coming to the family members that come to our Thanksgiving, they already know my mom's taking care of that.
Okay.
I don't
just
honestly,
stay away. So they could insult her by bringing one, or
depending on where it came from.
Don't challenge it.
She's picky too. And though we are a very close-knit family, we're also a very honest family. Yeah. And we'd be like, hey, whoever made that, don't bring that
Don't even do that again.
Yeah.
That could be upset.
It could. And I remember when I worked for AT&T, and I was a trainer, right? And a lot of the classes, other trainers, they would let their classes do a potluck at graduation day, which we did. But for me, I told my classes, hey, we can do a potluck every Friday if y'all want, it doesn't matter. So we would do a potluck almost every Friday. And The thing about see, that's another cultural. The thing about black people in potlucks is we don't really participate in a lot of potlucks unless we know where everybody.
Well, yeah,
because you don't know who's what. I don't know what your house looks like. Do you let your cats on the counter? You know what I mean? But one of the things that people would
since
ask,
COVID, that's become more popular with people in general, with
Yeah.
anybody. But yeah, it's not just a black thing. And the more you think about it, it's like, yeah, I don't want to eat at just any random person's house.
Yeah, you never know what's going on in there. But there were certain people that I felt like I could trust their food, and I would eat that. Or, some people would just bring some KFC or, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Bag of chips. Yeah. Somebody needs some chips and dip, so pick that up. It's usually the single guy.
Yeah. I definitely, there were definitely certain people's, stuff I would eat. And then other people's, I would just, hopefully nobody noticed I didn't get that. Or, it might be something I don't even like. And I am a little picky with certain things. Yeah. But one of the things that I used to feel bad about is people would be like, hey, okay, well, what's your favorite dessert? My agents would be like, what do you want? What do you want?
Right.
So we know, what to bring. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about me, don't worry about me. And they're like, no, I want to know what your favorite desserts are.
Yeah, I'll try, yeah.
And I'm like, well, look, I really love chess pie, but fair warning, I am very picky about chess pie, and I do not lie to people about their chess pie.
Yeah.
So if you think if you don't mind possibly being disappointed, feel free to bring it. But just know I don't. I gave a precursor to like the fact that I might not like your chess pie, but excuse me. There's a couple people who's over the years whose chess pie I definitely don't mind, and like I don't mind. I don't mind, and I'm like, hey, can you make?
Yeah, you could do that.
Can you have your mom make a chess pie or something?
I think I'm on the same level with you, but for me, it's banana pudding. My family is from the South, although I grew up on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. But my grandmother used to make banana pudding, and my mom changed it a little bit, but then kind of went back to some of the old stuff. But she's kind of she improved it. Mm-hmm. So she was make banana pudding my whole life, and it was my favorite for a birthday, Christmas, anytime you ask me. You get to choose. What do you want to eat? Yeah, that's number one. Yeah, banana pudding, and then whatever.
Now,
else
do you like it with actual bananas in it? Right?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. 100%.
Okay.
And I now make it myself, and I think mine's a little better than some of the others I have, even my mom's. Although I follow her recipe, but her bananas turn brown, and I don't like brown bananas in my banana pudding. So if you just coat them in a little lemon juice, they don't turn brown, and they'll stay white, nice, whatever, looking like bananas and not like brown mush. Oh. And so I learned that, and then so I do it that way, and I think that has improved it just enough. So, but yeah, definitely. Cool. And then there's all kinds of people that talk about is it vanilla pudding with bananas, or is it banana pudding with vanilla? And you can.
I've never made banana pudding, so I wouldn't even know.
So there's all kinds of stuff on that, but yeah, banana pudding is. I'm kind of the connoisseur, and I insist on it. And my mom's 81 years old, and she will bring the banana pudding this year to Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah.
So, and everybody's looking forward. She has a specific bowl, like you have to bring me the banana pudding bowl.
Okay.
And it's the official banana pudding bowl, and I have it at my house.
Okay.
And then I will bring it to her probably this weekend, and she will make it. So
That's cool. Yeah. I don't know. Nobody really brings. I'd have to think about it, but normally, when it comes to Thanksgiving Day, it's me, my mom, my sister. I handle all the meat.
Cooking, yeah.
My mom and my sister handle the sides.
Yeah.
Maybe one of my cousins might bring a dessert or something, or maybe my uncle.
It. Anybody showing up with to-go containers when
they get there? Yeah, everybody. But that's the thing. Whenever we do cook, like for the kids' birthday parties, or whenever my mom, bestows upon me the privilege of grilling for everybody.
Yeah.
The plan is for me to grill so much that there is
leftovers.
There's
and you send it with people that came.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been both happy about that and offended by that. When people show up to my house with to-go containers, knowing that they're going to take leftovers with them. Yeah.
My mom already usually has them.
Well, that's nice.
But I can only imagine showing up with the
Yeah.
to-go.
Hey, come on! It's first time coming. You're just invited, and you have a to-go container.
Has
like
somebody
I
done
showed
that
up with an
before?
empty container so that when I leave, I know I can fill it. But I'm going to eat
Really?
as much as I can and then leave with my container full. Yeah, that's happened. I
That's
think
crazy.
that was when there was a time when we were serving 22 to 25 people at our house. A lot has changed with Thanksgiving for me. My family started in Louisiana, and then my parents moved away to California. So we had no relatives when I was young. And then as Jennifer and I got together and started building our own family, and then her family moved from Illinois to where we were in Arizona, it grew and grew and grew, and there was more kids and there was more adults, and it got to where there was like 20 something people for a little while, and now we're back. There'll be 12 people at Thanksgiving this year, mostly our kids now and their significant others, because they're all older now, and then I have 3 grandkids, so they don't even eat much, but 12 adults, 3 kids at Thanksgiving this year.
That's pretty cool,
And
man.
so I think that's a good size. The 20 something, that's a lot of work.
I think that's what I think we're going to be close to. Probably
That's a lot
20.
of work.
If I count my siblings, my uncle and his girlfriend, his kids, my mom and stepdad, a couple other cousins. Yeah, we're probably going to be upwards of 15.
Yeah.
Ish.
Well, it's cool that you're as the son kind of has taken on some of the responsibility.
Yeah.
That's new for us this year, and my wife is having a hard time with it.
Your son's taking on some?
We're having it at his house.
Oh, that's right. You told me. Okay.
We have 3 boys. The oldest boy has a house big enough to host Thanksgiving, and we actually asked him to do it, and he agreed. And then my wife's like, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. I'm like, hey, I'm all for it, because every year we have the tables, the decorations, the chairs, we buy all the food.
Yeah.
We cook everything. We do all the cleaning. And I'm like, we have kids. Our kids range from 33 to 22, 23. So 33 to 23, they're all old enough to do stuff. At least, pay for it. Help out, do something. They all have significant others, help us out. Why are we doing all the work?
Yeah.
And he said, I'll do the meats and you can have it at my house. And I'm like, great. And my wife's like, I don't know. I like doing it. And I'm like, let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
I just want to show up with no responsibility.
Yeah, man, listen. People don't understand that just moving around the house, cooking and going back in and out for grilling.
Oh,
and
man.
For it, once you hit hour 5 or 6, you're tired.
You're tired.
Exhausted. And then I'm, overweight, so I'm lugging this fat body around the whole time. And dude, grill. And I mean, there's been times where I've grilled until I just didn't even want to hold my hand like this anymore for the rest of the week. Because I've just been doing so much. Wow. And so I know that's going to be a busy day. I'll probably have to be there about 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And to fire up the grill.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll probably be grilling until well into 2 or 3 o'clock.
With a big turkey. We've been up at 4, starting to cook.
Yeah.
To be eating earlier that day and all. And to me, the dishes, there's probably 3 loads of dishes that have to be done. And that takes, and I'm in there cleaning and putting away stuff and cleaning up dishes, and everybody's just watching, not helping. And I'm like, come on, Mount, you gotta get in help.
So you're really looking forward.
Well, I think it's good. Well, he's doing the meats, we're still doing the sides, but we can do the sides kind of. We'll have it hot when it goes, but we could sort of prep things and have it ready to go, throw it in the oven, and go over there with it, and it'll be a lot less work. But I also don't have the turkey leftovers unless I bring it to go container. He's making a turkey and a ham, so I'm sure I'll be able to bring something home.
Home.
Maybe just like a Ziploc bag in my pocket. So I can get some.
Now, do you guys also have a little alcohol during the holidays?
Yes, and that was a question I had for. Well, actually, we have to talk about this because my son who is hosting is a recovering addict, and he's been sober for several years now. But it's at his house. So when it's at our house, he can't say anything, and we kind of are discreet. But now it's at his house, so we actually have yet to ask him, "Are you cool with us having a few drinks?" If not, we've already decided there's going to be a pregame going on before we get there.
Yeah.
so either way, it's going to go down. But
Yeah.
do you want it there, or do we need to do it before we get there? It's really up to him. We'll respect his house and his rules, and if that's what he wants to do, then that's okay. But he typically doesn't have an issue with us drinking while he's here, so I don't see why he would really care that much.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask, do you have like a family member that is going to go too far? They're going to get drunk, or they're going to get out of control, or they're going to say some things they shouldn't say?
No, that's actually one thing that we don't have now. Not with the family that you typically with on Thanksgiving or Christmas. We have some family members in Kentucky that are a little more of our, to be honest, they're a little more of our urban side of the, if I'm not trying to say ghetto, because that's not the right word, but
because they're country.
Yeah. It's a little
less
more
polished.
Possible. It's more possible that could happen with that part of the family than the family that we're typically with during the holidays and stuff. But no, we don't really have that. And I have the fondest memories of growing up and like the holidays. And my other, I say my family in Kentucky, but my other family in Kentucky. So my grandmother and my grandfather, both from Kentucky, just different parts.
Okay.
My grandfather's part of the family is who we would spend a lot of, like, we would have a Christmas dinner every year, and which is a tradition that I really miss. And I think, if my mom's generation aren't going to be the ones to kind of, bring it back, then my generation needs to
bring it back. Yeah,
but
definitely,
man, that I have the fondest memories of just being there with all my cousins, and the food is phenomenal.
Yeah,
we're having a great time. The desserts are phenomenal, and like, for instance, I like custard. I don't care for eggnog, but I like custard.
Okay,
so in the holiday
more
season,
like a melted ice cream kind of.
I guess it depends on who makes it.
Yeah.
I don't mind store-bought custard. Like how I said, I would not eat store-bought chess pie. I will drink store-bought custard. However, my great aunt, my granddad's sister, she had her own custard recipe. I'd never tasted any custard anywhere else in the world that tasted like hers. It was so good. And I could just remember looking forward, being like, as a kid, looking forward to get there so I could just jump in the fridge and pour me some of that custard. And then when she passed, that's a taste. I longed for that taste, and I'll never taste it again, because I don't think that, think that my cousins or, any of the family that were, under her, I don't think they have a recipe.
See, that's what, like, I encourage you to do that. If you have recipes, one of the greatest gifts, or the legacy that my mother-in-law left behind was all of her recipes. And since then, I have all of my mother's recipes, and I'm going to put it together in a book, but right now it's just loose pages. And so, leave that behind, especially if you have a specialty item like that.
Please,
leave it behind.
Leave it behind
others
for somebody
can
to continue. Yeah,
because there's great memories involved with that, and respect, and kind of carrying on the tradition will go on with that.
It really is, and like I said, that's a taste that I can. It's right there, you know.
Yeah,
but I'll never get to taste it again.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'll never get to taste it again, and that just sucks a lot. I really feel bad about that, but I miss that traditional part. Even without the custard, I do want us to be able to get back to doing that.
Yeah.
So, I was telling my brother and sister, I was like, man, we might have to start like a big group chat with our generation.
Yeah.
And see if we can, put something together.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Especially if you have extended family. I don't really have that. So I have a brother who lives in California, and it's so far away that nothing like that would ever happen. I don't have contact with aunts and uncles, and no really extended family. All my family now is grown from our 4 kids and 3 grandkids, and they're extended people and bringing that all together. So we don't really have that anymore. But that's cool. So you're basically having a cookout. So my question to you is, would I be invited to the cookout?
Oh, hell yeah.
No, would I be invited to the
You
cookout?
would be invited to the cookout. Absolutely. Just, I don't know. You can bring. I don't know what you'd be able to bring. Yeah, I haven't had, but it
No,
sounds
I
like
could
it
cook.
sounds like it sounds like.
I
As a matter of fact, you could bring the banana pudding because my mom doesn't make that.
Can bring the
So
banana pudding.
You could definitely bring the banana pudding because my mom
cook.
does not bring that.
With all the Thanksgiving stuff we do a green bean casserole and yams and sometimes 2 types of stuffing and things like that. Not always will there be mac and cheese. There has been a battle of mac and cheese in my family that even though mine is the best, I have lost, and we make my wife's most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the bringer of the mac and cheese.
But yours is the best.
There was 4 kids, and they would be split. 2 liked mine, 2 liked hers. So
Gotcha. Okay.
she won. She took the tiebreaker. So, but anyway, mac and cheese is probably more of maybe a Christmas thing.
Okay.
Christmas Eve we do Italian, and we play games, and we have Christmas traditions the night before, and we can get into Christmas later. But
the next one.
And then the Christmas meal is more like prime rib or brisket or something like that. We don't, because we're turkeyed out. We don't do turkey again.
Both times, yeah.
Yeah, which we did for a while, I guess, but we discovered that was just not good. So
speaking of not good,
yeah,
we can transition because I could listen. I'll end up getting hungry if we sit here and talk about things the whole time.
Well, yeah, I'm excited about it.
Me
There's
too.
a lot of
Me
good
too.
things coming, and I will overeat. And I'm trying really hard not to gain weight because both of us, we have Halloween, Thanksgiving, our birthday, Christmas, New Year's, and that equals 30 pounds.
Oh,
for
God,
me.
yes.
And so I'm trying to be very careful not to go crazy this year.
I am going to be back in the gym very soon.
Yeah.
I am currently, I go and play a little basketball.
Yeah.
As a way to get some extra exercise, get my body moving. But I hadn't gone the last couple of weeks, so now I feel like I'm falling short on that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Good old beer. But I've got stuff at the house. You know what I mean? Like I've got an ab roller. I've got a jump rope. I've got weights.
You can do it.
I just
You
don't
can go
do
for
it
walks. You can do push-ups. Yeah, you can do all
push-ups,
kinds of
sit-ups,
stuff.
and walks are the things that I will commit to at some point. Like I'll be sitting there in the middle of the day playing video games or something and realize like, oh, I haven't done anything physical today. Let me get up and hit a few push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks. You know.
I just hate that stuff. I'm just not an exercise person. Hate it.
I want to get back in the gym that I was going to so I can be in a sauna. I love the sauna.
Yeah.
I'll walk like a mile and a half on the treadmill and then just go sit in the sauna for 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Just sweat it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a hot tub. I don't have a sauna, so we're getting the hot tub. But, it's private. I don't have to see anybody else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So what was the bad? What?
Oh yeah,
enough happy talk.
Yeah, enough of that happy stuff. Let's talk about some depressing shit. Well, before we get to that, I don't know if you guys can see my shirt, but I want to shout out my boy Adrian Thomas, Boumaye. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he is a MMA fighter and / pro wrestler. He's a good friend of mine who I got this shirt from. So.
Closed mouths don't get fed. That's what it says.
Yeah.
I like it.
And so it's got a crocodile.
And there's a gator on there.
Gator, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to shout him out really quickly.
Awesome.
So anyway, the Epstein files.
Oh my gosh.
Or what are the Epstein list, whatever you want to call it.
Well, there's a list and there's the files.
I have obviously heard of it.
Right.
But I've not done a lot of research. I have not stayed up on everything. But you know more. So
I tend to stay up on news and listen to a lot of stuff, and I've been hearing about this for a long time. It's been going on since 2006.
So here's the one thing I will say. we all want to know who was going to that island regularly,
Right.
and what they were doing.
The
there.
clientele, yes.
If you believe that we're going to get the full extent of what people who was there and what they were doing,
No.
you are sorely naive. Let's just be honest here. We all know, and because we all know I don't like Trump. If you don't know that and you're watching this, I hate Donald Trump. It's funny how people are already trying to find ways to say, well, if he is there, he was an FBI informant, or if he was there, he was, Epstein hates him. He ended up hating him, and blah 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 blah. He wasn't really doing what everybody else was doing. Right. And my point in that was, okay, so the guy who brags about sexual assault, the guy who brags about touching people without their consent, the guy who on national television talked about how attracted he was to his own daughter, the guy who clearly told a 10-year-old or said about a 10-year-old that he'd be dating her in 10 years.
Right.
The guy who bragged about walking into the dressing room of these Miss America pageants or whatever. The guy who was in multiple pictures hanging out with this guy all the time.
Right.
But no, he wasn't there doing anything. If you are really going to make that, shut the fuck up. That's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah. If you don't think he had some involvement, then
you're a complete moron.
Right.
And this is what I also don't like is the people that are like, oh well, what about the Democrats? What if Bill was there? Hey, guess what? Lock him up too.
Right.
We're not in a cult.
Right.
We are not in a cult.
Get them all.
If Bernie Sanders was there, if Clinton was there, if Biden was there, I do not care. Lock them up too, because they are disgusting people.
Right.
That is the difference between us and you. You try to find ways to, beat around the bush and talk about and cover for Trump because you're in a cult. You're in a cult.
Right.
We are not. The people that we vote for have no standing on who we are morally. So if those people, if it comes out that they're terrible people and they did things and victimized children, get rid of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Period.
Everybody. Yeah, there's
Every
already Prince that has been dethroned over this stuff. There's just a lot of powerful people, but yeah, we're saying get them all. Get them all. If they had some involvement, there's thousands of victims, and a lot of them are coming out. I think there's maybe 10 that are making. I don't know if you've seen the video of them making. They're making a video about pleading for justice, and they're holding up pictures of them when they met Jeffrey Epstein. They're like, this is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein. They're like 13, 14, 15-year-old high school girls.
How were these guys getting access, or women too? I guess it wasn't just men; it was women as well.
Right, men and women.
How were they getting access to these?
Well, that's where Ghislaine Maxwell came in. You know who she is?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay,
Ghislaine
so
Maxwell,
she was like Epstein's right-hand girl, and she was recruiting, and Epstein was recruiting, but then they would get a girl and give her money, and then they would say, bring your friends, and we'll pay them too. $200 for a massage, a back massage was the premise. We'll give you $200. All you have to do is give somebody a back massage. And that's how they got started. And then they would go farther and farther, and then there is accusations or there's testimony that these girls were, once they were there, then they were put in a room with a rich and powerful person that says, I'm rich and powerful, and I will make you and your whole family disappear if you ever say anything. And so that kind of grilling went on. And there's testimony about that. All of that is included in the Epstein files. That's why there's 100,000 documents in the Epstein files. And that's why they want it all released so that the truth can be come out. And all this investigation was put together over years and years and years to prosecute Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in prison.
She's still alive, correct?
She's in prison, but she's been moved to a minimum security prison where she allegedly is getting room service and able to visit with dogs, and she's got a lot of special perks after meeting with Trump's people. She's been getting, because she's kind of the key, And I would not be surprised if you don't, find her hanged in her cell like Epstein was at some point, because
Yeah.
she's kind of the key. She can corroborate all the testimony. She can give names, and she was involved in all of it, and she's being hushed. So she's already in prison. She's going to be there for a long time, but she's getting a lot of good treatment. The best prison life could be, I guess.
Which would make it even more suspicious if she ended up.
Totally. It's
dying,
all
yeah.
so suspicious.
But no, I again, as a person who doesn't follow a lot of it, I see what I see, bare minimum and whatever. But just as a logically thinking person who is not naive and who doesn't fully just absolutely trust the government, we're expecting the people that can be, we're expecting the very people that could be, have light shed on them to be the ones to investigate this and then tell us who it was.
Right.
Now, we're going to get a few names. We're going to get some scapegoats for sure.
There will be.
There are going to be some people that have to pay the price.
Right.
They're going to be thrown under the bus.
Right.
But if you really truly feel like we're about to get every name of every person who was really there, we are not.
No.
We are not. All we have to go on is what we're told by the people investigating themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the DOJ is in control of the paperwork and there's also allegedly being scrubbed. They're going through the Epstein files and scrubbing names and things that they don't want to release.
Which I completely agree.
I don't have any proof of that, but I believe that's going to happen.
If anybody, and that's the funny part, is people are always talking about how we shouldn't trust the government, right? On both sides, right and left.
Right.
The people on the right don't feel like they can trust the left side of the government. People on the left don't feel like we can trust the people on the right side of the government. Well, guess what? This is a thing that could affect both.
Right.
So we definitely shouldn't be trusting them with this. You know what I mean? Let's be real. We are not going to. They're going to give us.
They're going to give
what they want us to have.
Right. Their version of it.
That's it. That's what we're going to get. So the people that are on the crusade of release the files, release the files, release the files. You're right to be on that crusade because we want justice for these children.
Right.
But if you think we're about to get real justice with all the people that were involved, you are naive.
No.
And if you think that Trump didn't do some stuff on that island, you are also naive because he's all over the internet with this man, speaking well of him, in pictures and videos with him.
Having a great time, partying.
Because all the other, every celebrity that we've seen in a picture with Diddy, people always wanted to point fingers at him.
Right.
Hey, that guy was with Diddy. That guy was with Diddy. That girl was with Diddy.
Right.
They were probably at the freak offs.
And
but we don't feel the same thing about Trump being with Epstein all the time.
Right.
Oh,
and that kind of went away too. The freak off party list.
Well, yeah,
there
because
was a lot of rich celebrities there that didn't.
Well, I think the reason for that was one, they were messing with adults. This involved all adults.
Yeah, so it's a question of whether it's consensual.
It turned out that the majority of it was consensual. It seems.
Right.
It just
that's the
maybe
twist.
Someone felt pressured into it or regretted it later. But during the time, like there are male escorts that have come out and done interviews and said Cassie was enjoying every minute of what we were doing. Like she was digging all of it. You know what I mean? Now she deserved justice from that video I saw him assaulting her. Diddy deserves to be under the jail. He was fucking kicking her and all kinds of shit.
Right.
You don't do that to a woman. Period. I don't give a shit how much money you have, how popular you are. You don't do that to a woman. So Diddy deserves to go down for that at least.
Yeah.
But from how I've been, from what I've understand and what I've seen and what I've heard people talk about in interviews, it seems as though these freak offs were just that. They were just a bunch of adults getting freaky together, but
going crazy.
Nobody was being forced into it.
Right. And it was kind of discreet, and they felt like they could do whatever they want and get away with it or whatever.
Yeah.
Rich people going a little crazy.
Which you can believe.
Yeah.
But
well, I hear that when you have so much money, you get bored because you can buy anything imaginable, and that becomes boring. Mm-hmm. So it turns into more power or, things that are unthinkable that gives you a thrill because you're bored with things that we would be excited about. So that
I hope I get
it's
to
like
have
a
enough
na-
money to. I want to
I
test
don't know if
that
I
theory
wanna
out.
be-
I want to test that theory out.
That was the one thing I was gonna tell, and I do think there's gonna be a scapegoat. I think scapegoat would be Prince Andrew. I think he's the brother of
Do
Charles.
you think there will be one or multiple?
Well, there'll be multiple. There's been some CEOs. I think there's already been some resignations, or because people are being implemented. You'll see a lot of that stuff. CEOs and people that have a lot of money, but maybe not celebrities. But there's got to be some big names to go down to where there's enough that.
People will feel satisfied.
They feel satisfied,
Yeah.
and they'll stop digging. But yeah, there's a whole lot more. But the one thing that came out, I don't know if you saw the email from
Bubba?
Yes, it's the memes.
I'm loving them.
The day
I
the
am
internet went
loving
crazy.
it.
I have never laughed so hard in my life.
Man, I
And-
tell you, I'm loving it. Oh, God. It's hilarious.
They've been so hilarious to the point I'm like, I can't believe I'm embarrassed at things I'm seeing, but it's so funny.
They're so funny.
It's
And
cracking me up.
I know it's probably not true. And, like, I was telling my buddy, I'm like, listen, there's no way that video really exists. It feels like he was joking, you know?
Yeah, right,
It felt like it was saying
right.
it in a joking manner.
Well, there's a
But-
question of who Bubba really is.
Who Bubba is.
Right.
But even if it did or didn't, it's still hilarious. And I love the fact that it triggers those maggots.
Oh my gosh.
That
the memes though, and the things that people have created. Oh, are we cutting?
yeah.
The storage is full.
Yep. No, it's all good.
I guess it's not gonna record anymore.
Oh, we still got the middle one. Yeah, we can finish on that one.
Edit more. My gosh.
Yeah. So I love how much it triggers the maggots when you
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about Trump blowing Clinton. Oh,
Oh,
God.
it's
And then it was
hilarious.
like, oh, God, I've seen one of the memes. It was like, it was just Clinton sitting at his desk, and they were like, who'd have known there were two American presidents in this picture?
Pictured here is President 45 and 47.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. And
it
the
had Trump-
I don't know if you've seen the Donica Lewinsky.
Donica Lewinsky. Oh, man. And what's funny is the right wing always calls us, the liberals, you know, your guys are snowflakes and you're libtards and you're always crying. Man, when you say anything about that, those fuckers get their panties
That's crazy.
are bunched up their entire buttholes. But no, that is the funniest thing that's come out of all this.
Right.
Donica Lewinsky, the Clinton blower. Did you see the one where there was a picture of Trump like this? and it just said there are a bunch of 69,000 of Clinton's kids are in this photo.
That's hilarious.
And then the memes of him and Hillary
Oh, yeah.
at the debates, and it's like they add wording there where it's talking
Yeah.
about Clinton. Okay, do you remember a song back in the day, a R&B song when you were in radio? This song probably around.
Maybe.
"The Boy Is Mine" by Monica and Brandy.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody posted. I just saw this before I got here. Somebody posted a picture of Trump and Hillary at their debate, but it had the lyrics to "The Boy Is Mine" over it.
They're fighting
They're
over
fighting
who's
over
mine.
Clinton.
That's
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
those have been so amazing.
So there's been some entertainment out of all of this.
Yeah.
That has been fantastic. I personally don't think that the Epstein files are going to be released, even though Congress has voted on it, Senate passed it. There's a lot of stuff going on with that, but they've also started new investigations. And when there's an investigation in progress, they cannot release evidence. So that's going to be the new twist. We can't let it go right now because there's a current investigation going on, and that could be dragged out for a long time. That's why it's been so many years, because it's always been involved in an investigation. And everybody's like, why didn't Biden release the
right,
files?
and
It's
see,
so
okay,
important.
that's what I've seen.
They
like,
were tied up in an investigation, and they could not be released.
okay.
And so,
So right now, there's currently not one, but there's people
no,
are already.
no. Trump has asked for investigations into Bill Clinton
Oh, I bet he
and
has.
Hillary Clinton, and apparently they're refusing to meet with a grand jury. I'm not sure if that's 100% true. But there's also other people that they're calling out, CEOs and stuff like that, start investigating these people. And therefore, that evidence that they have originally collected would be a part of those investigations.
So if those investigations start, we can't get it.
Can't get it. Can't let it go. And that'll be a DOJ thing where, like, sorry, I know you passed a law and everybody wants it, but it's involved in investigation and we can't let it go. So I kind of think that's the next thing that's coming. But then if they do release it, you're not going to get the full picture, or like you said, they're going to get a scapegoat, or they're trying to figure out a way to appease both sides.
They're gonna give us a handful of names that will make both sides feel like, haha, we got you.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
The people on their left are going to be like, I knew it about those damn Republicans.
Right.
People on the right are going to be like, I knew those damn liberals.
Well, and it's Democrats. All Democrats that they're investigating. There is no Republicans being investigated. And the victims, though, have names. And so those people might be, you know, everybody's about the victims and feel sorry for the victims, which I'm not trying to play that down. The victims need justice, and they are victims. They were teenage girls that were molested. They have names. They know people. And so those are probably the people that are going to be gone after. Trump hasn't been named as, you know, somebody that's done anything yet. But I believe there's evidence.
Everything, if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck.
Must be a duck, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you can't tell his cult members that because they don't believe it.
Right.
Every single thing that he ever does, they find an excuse for it.
Right.
Or they just outright ignore it.
There's a tape,
that's just what happens.
There's a recording circulating right now of Trump screaming at somebody on the phone about, do not release those files. I don't care if you have to start a war or whatever you have to do, but if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody down with me. And he's screaming at the top of his lungs. And there's a question of whether it's AI or not, and they're saying that ChatGPT has verified that is not AI. So I don't know if that's going to come into play or not. And then, of course, he was in an interview recently where he was hoarse, and he said, I was yelling at a foreign leader over tariffs. And it was right around the same time this recording was made. And they're like, are you sure? What foreign leader were you yelling at? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you.
Well,
you know,
so he was probably yelling at the president of the Virgin Islands in Puerto Rico.
Right. Right. Yelling at the president of Puerto Rico about tariffs. So this whole thing just keeps getting thicker and thicker, and more issues and more players and more problems, and it's ugly, and it's not over yet. Even though Congress has passed a bill and the Senate has passed a bill, it's not going to go far, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with all of that. So that's why I watch it. I'm interested to see what's next, what's happening. Someday there's going to be a movie about all this,
probably,
where the truth comes out, because the truth is going to come out. And it may be long after Trump is dead, even maybe after I'm dead. I don't know. It could be 20 years from now. The truth is going to come out of what actually happened, and it's going to be ugly. Yeah. But I don't think we're going to find out right now.
No, I don't either. And you know, as long as whoever they utilize as the scapegoats, as long as they really are guilty, I'm fine with that. Don't give us some bull crap with some people who weren't even there, who really weren't. They're just who you selected. Yeah. If you're going to give us the scapegoats, which we know is going to happen, you're not going to give us everyone. You're not going to give us Trump, because that's already too easy. That's a layup, so we're not going to get it.
Right.
Give us people who were actually there and actually guilty. Don't just make it up to cover up the other people.
I think there will be real people prosecuted.
And those people are going to die pretty quickly.
Right. Or they'll kill themselves or
because
something.
Then they're going to be like, well, screw this if you're using me.
Right. Well, they're all old, mostly old guys now. There's no young people involved in this. So they're like, you know, it's over. I got caught. I had a good run. I'm out.
Yeah.
Right. So, there will be real people that were involved, and the victims will implement them, and Ghislaine Maxwell will back that up for favors, you know, pardons, release, whatever. She's going to be free or close to it, And yeah, that's what's going to happen. So she's gonna buy as much of a better life as she can, and there will be people burned over it. And yeah, but not everybody that should be, and certainly not Trump.
Yeah.
Even though he should be.
He should be. Yeah. But whatever, man. Well.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Another episode of The Rock We Live On. Make sure you are checking us out on all the different platforms.
Yeah.
If whichever one you're listening on right now, thank you for listening or watching on that one. And then Spotify, YouTube, where else?
Apple Music. You already said Spotify,
wherever
YouTube,
you can find your podcast.
Amazon.
Yeah, check out our TikTok.
Yeah,
our Facebook page, The Rock We Live On.
You know, we failed to say, I don't know if we have to, but follow, comment.
Yes,
let us know what you're listening to, what you like, what you'd like to see more of, and follow us. We need some more followers and to get the word and spread the word about our
If you're a Trump supporter and you listen this far and you want to tell me how big of a piece of shit I am, please feel free to do that in the comments. I want to hear it. Thanks, guys. Hey, thanks for checking out The Rock We Live On with Mo and Craig. Make sure you like and follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And then you can also find us
anywhere where you listen to podcasts. We're on all platforms. Or check out Spotify podcasts to watch our videos.
Thanks a lot.